Allison, and I wanted to share with you 3 cameras that are going to blow your socks off in terms of print quality and interesting things that they do. I am a photographer, so I have tons of experience taking photos, what actually is good in terms of print quality, and I love every single one of these cameras, all 3 of them. I have personally purchased myself, tested myself. I didn't just use a picture and pretend like I had the camera. I actually use these, and I'm going to tell you some of the good things and the bad things about them. So this is a totally unbiased review. Everything is linked below, and if you wait until the end, I'm going to show you the same photo taken on each camera so you can see exactly the differences in the color and the print quality and all of those fun things. So I picked 3 of my favorites. I have purchased more than this, and these are just my 3 favorites. So we're gonna start with the Instax Wide. So this camera just has some cool factor, right? I mean, the color is amazing. It is nice and large. You actually feel cool walking around with this camera. It has some great features. Of course, it's gonna come with a strap. It actually comes, this is a magnifying if you want to take photos up close, and then like even a little mirror for seeing yourself in if you're doing selfies. It has, so you turn it on, and one of the cool things is it has a self timer. So depending on how many times you push this little lever down, depends on how long the self timer goes, up to 10 seconds. And then you hit the button here, and this actually will take the photo, but it will wait 10 seconds to take that photo. You can have an up close distance or a far away distance. This is going to be battery powered. It is not rechargeable, which is kind of a bummer. I do really love rechargeable things because you're not using batteries, but if you get the rechargeable batteries, then you're good. It has a little tripod, a little screw hole here for a tripod, so you could use this on a stand, which is exactly how I did use it. You can take long exposures with this camera, which is great, and it is just a nice little camera. I will say that although I love the camera and I love the style, the print quality is not my favorite of the 3, but I do really love Instax's colors, which is the Fujifilm, and it has just a nice cool factor of what the photos end up looking like. I mean, all of these really do. These instant cameras have really cool. The packs of film are going to come in a pack of 10, which is nicer than the Polaroid. You get 2 extra shots. And I just, I took it around. I took some photos. It needs a lot of light to take a regular photograph, so you do want to keep that in mind. This was a sunrise image, and I was taking it of the sky through the trees, and all you can see is a little bit of sun there, which is not the greatest, but it does silhouettes really well. You can see this is sunrise over the lake. It was bright enough to see detail all over, but just not bright enough for this camera to pick it up. Okay, so that is the Instax Wide 400. This is, now we're going to do the Instax SQ6, and this is really pretty. This is the rose gold color. It has a lot of the standard features that a normal Instax camera has, including a little selfie mirror, so you could actually take the photo and see what you're doing with it. In fact, all of these you can take selfies with. It's a little more advanced than your typical Instax camera though, which is really cool. So it also is battery powered. It comes with a strap, and it also comes with some filters that fit right over the flash. So if you wanted to take a photo that had a different color to it, this is how you would do that. So that's kind of cool. I can show you a photo that was taken with a colored filter right here. So you can see I use the orange filter and I look very orangey, so you do have to be careful how you use it. Whereas here's a photo that was taken without it. So you can see the difference between the two, that there is a much more orangey red tone to it. You can see one of my other favorite features of this camera right here, and this is the double exposure feature. So on the back of this camera, there are a lot of great options. Of course, here's the power button up on the top, and the lens comes out. And so you have a self timer. It will actually tell you if you need a flash. You can turn it off, but it will tell you if you need one. And then you can have it go into auto setting, or you can choose one of these awesome little settings on the back, including a selfie setting. We have a landscape and a macro setting. And then my favorite is the double exposure, which is these two little squares that overlap here. And if you want your photo to be lighter or darker, that's what these L and D are at the end. So if you take a photo and you're like, this would be really great if it was just a little brighter, that's the setting to use. Now, I wish I had used it on some of my photos. However, I wanted to show you what it looked like right out of the box so you could see some of the benefits and the drawbacks of it. The quality of these photos are really good, and they're so cute. I mean, this is definitely, I would love putting this on my wall. It's got that great Fujifilm color of the film, which has beautiful greens, which is what Fujifilm is known for. And I really love this camera, super fun to walk around with. Okay, so this is gonna be my favorite one out of the three. And partially it is because it takes really great photographs, but it also has some really great extra settings and options that you can use. This is going to be app enabled, so you use an app to use most of the settings on this camera, including long exposures and double exposures. Lots of things are available on the app that you can't do with either one of these cameras. And that is awesome because the functionality is not really built into this camera, but when you get the Polaroid Now Plus app, then it automatically allows you to do so much with this thing, and that's what I love about it. So it comes with a lens cap, which the other ones do not, which is really nice. This is also rechargeable, which is awesome. I really love that. Also, tripod hold. This one has a tripod hold too. Every single one of these cameras I use on a tripod and without. But one of the cool things about this camera is it has these different filters that you can put over the lens to make them look different. So for instance, this photo is a combination of a double exposure and this yellow filter. So I'm actually standing in front of this pink backdrop right here, if you can believe it, and I just use this yellow filter that fits on right over the lens of the camera. I put this bad boy on a tripod, and then I took this is a double exposure, but it's also a long exposure. So you can see that I am moving in the photograph, and it created this really cool photo that actually does sit on my wall. I think this is like one of my favorite portraits that I've taken in a while. Of course, this is going to be the Kodak gold film, which is another one of my favorites. I love this gold film. It just looks really beautiful and unique and special. Some of the other options, here's one of the other filters, which is kind of cool. We have a star filter, which puts stars into any sunlight that you use, and I'll show you what that looks like. And then this one is really cool. It has a little opening in the center, so you get like a vignette of red around your photograph right here. So you can see there's the red on the outside, and it even leaves a little space so that your meter can tell you if you're taking the right exposure. So this is actually a double exposure plus the red vignette on the outside. And here is our star filter as well. This was a picture of the sun coming through the trees, and so you can see it just created a really cool effect on my Polaroid photograph. So this Polaroid Now Plus is just my fave, and like I said, I purchased each one of these individually. These were not sponsored. It's just my own opinion of what I really like. I'm going to show you right now what it looks like each photo. I took the same It's a self-portrait just in front of this pink backdrop. I took it 3 different times on each camera so you can see the different quality. I definitely think that the Polaroid Now Plus has the best print quality of the 3. Polaroid film can be a little bit unpredictable when it comes to color and things like that. I had several pieces of film in the roll that I used, or that looked like this. So Fujifilm is definitely more predictable in terms of color, but I don't know, when you hit a Polaroid right, when it looks right, I mean, it's pretty pure magic. Anyway, everything is linked below. I'd love for you to subscribe, follow along. I make lots of videos like this and I really love it. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much.